Bobby Hebert. It doesn't matter if the Saints choose Haener or Rattler. They ain't winning. Damn it, Bobby. Bobby does not sound like he is very confident in the New Orleans Saints. They have, spoiler alert, they have picked Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler is the starting quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game this Sunday between the Saints and the Bucs. Let's listen to Bobby. Let's listen to WWL's the one and only Bobby Hebert. And let's see why he thinks that the Saints will not be winning regardless of which quarterback they choose.
Before you know it, you had 3 games in 10 days, and they're 2 for 1. You play in Tampa Bay, and Sean Payton wants to beat the Saints organization. The Saints organization wants to beat Sean Payton. So it could go down fast. I'll tell you what. I think no matter who's playing, Jake Haener or Spencer Rattler, they ain't winning. Okay. Oh, Bobby, you Debbie Downer, you like Mr. Negative
what?
And all that.
You ain't no Debbie Downer. Of everybody, they couldn't say that about you, about being a Debbie Downer.
I'm a realist. and no, I'll tell you, that Denver game, it might be 9-6 or something. I'm telling you, watch, because I don't.
Here's the deal. Okay, am I going to sit here and say that the Saints have just as good of a chance with Jake Haener or Spencer Rattler to do with Derek Carr? Am I going to sit here and say the Saints are going to win every single game? Absolutely not. I talk about that all the time, where I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all the Saints are going to go 17-0 and they should win every single game. But what I will tell you is that if you're sitting at the blackjack table and you're showing 14 and the dealer's got a king up, chance of you winning that, not good. Okay? Chance of you winning that, really bad. But I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, they got to play the handout. And I've seen crazy situations happen. Okay? Last year, first game of the season, what happened? First play of the season, what happened? Not for the Saints, for the NFL. What happened? Aaron Rodgers' Achilles exploded, ripped up his leg. Okay? Aaron Rodgers goes down. They're playing the Buffalo Bills. Who comes in? Zach Wilson. Spoiler, Zach Wilson sucks. You remember what happened in that game? If you would have paused it right there, if you would have paused it and had Hebert pop in, you think Hebert would have said, it doesn't matter, whatever, you can play Zach Wilson or you can play Nathan Peterman, whoever the third string is, you can play them. The Jets aren't winning this game. You might as well just walk off the field. Jets ain't winning this game. What happened, ladies and gentlemen? Zach Wilson and the Jets won that game. It is what it is. We have Spencer Rattler out there right now. Spencer Rattler is the starting quarterback of the Saints. Before the season last year, the Houston Texans were considered the worst team in the NFL. Houston Texans wins, I think it was 4.5. Did anybody see the Texans being as good as they were? Did anybody see C.J. Stroud being at one point thought of as an MVP candidate? No, of course not. Brock Purdy. San Francisco 49ers are down to their third string, Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. Guy sucked at Iowa State. Trust me, I bet on a lot of Iowa State. Okay, Matt Campbell, head coach of Iowa State, owes me I need to send him an invoice. Did anyone sit here and say Brock Purdy is going to be the guy who leads the 49ers to the Super Bowl? Did anybody sit here and say Brock Purdy is an MVP level player? No, absolutely not. Nick Foles. When the Eagles turned to Nick Foles, did anybody say, yeah, Nick Foles can lead this team to a Super Bowl? Absolutely not. What happened? Not only did he lead them to a Super Bowl, he went one-on-one with the great one and dominated Tom Brady. What I'm trying to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is that we can sit here and say, yeah, obviously the Saints they're not at full strength. But they have to play the game. They have to play the game. And I think Spencer Rattler does give the Saints a good chance to win. Because I think Spencer Rattler showed arm talent-wise he can do everything that Derek Carr did. I think Spencer Rattler's athleticism will be good. I think the fact that our offensive line is no great shakes, but Rattler has a little bit of athleticism to escape that, move around in the pocket. I think this will allow Kubiak to be very creative. It forces him to be very creative. I talked about it yesterday, how we've seen Matt LaFleur be at his best when he's backed into a corner and he has to work with Malik Willis. We've seen KOC in Minnesota be at his best when he has to work with Josh Dobbs or when he has to work with a backup quarterback. And he has to use everything he's got to scheme it up. Right? If Bo Nix can win games throwing 70 yards passing, if Bo Nix can do that, by the way, Bo Nix beat Tampa Bay. If Bo Nix can do that, Spencer Rattler can win games in the NFL. Do I think Spencer Rattler is going to make this team a 12-win team? No. Do I think Spencer Rattler is going to win the NFC? No. But I'll go ahead and tell you this. I thought the Texans would suck last year. Bottom line. And boy, was I wrong. Okay? So all we can do now, we've got 15 against the dealer's 20. All we can do is hit. That's it. We've got a small window of success here, but damn it, you don't just push the chips in and walk away from the table. Let the hand play out. Let it play out.
I don't know about Bo Nix, him and Sean. The Denver's offense ain't done nothing. The Denver has won, not because of Sean Payton's offense. It's
that
been
defense
Coach
is
Joseph and their
really
defense.
been good. Oh, you've been in that situation before. A quarterback and head coach exchange. People make a big deal about that, but that happens a lot.
Oh,
You've had that conversation, or whatever you want to call it, with Coach Mora. Y'all been back and forth.
It's like man to man. You might drop a few F-bombs on one another. No, it's not like, in college and high school you say yes, sir, no, sir, and all that. But when you get in the pros, no, there's a lot going on. And you can't take it personal. What do you take it personal? Well, what's wrong with you? You that sensitive? Come on, one snap and clear. Something you remember what you told me an hour ago? Yeah, that was an hour ago. So what? I mean, come on, we got to go with what's happening now.
Man, disrespect.
Sean,
it's a production business. You got to produce. You got to win, baby.
Sean had a great line about we're trying to get the Ferris Bueller out of him. Okay.
I mean, we're talking about Bo Nix and Sean Payton got into a little bit of beef on the sidelines. That's the context of what they're talking about, by the way.
And we've all seen the movie Ferris Bueller. Ferris sort of wanted to cut up, okay, and do what he wanted to do at times. And so I got exactly where Sean was going with that comment. And, Dave, I think you, like 99% of the fans, feel that it should be Spencer Rattler. We'll see what Dennis Allen and Clint Kubiak decide.
Yeah, so this is obviously before the decision, but yeah, I mean, I think Rattler, it was always going to be Rattler. I think anybody with eyes, anybody with eyeballs knew it was going to be Rattler the second preseason was over. I mean, Rattler was better. Rattler is better. It is what it is. And I tried to explain this to everyone 5 months ago, but the second they drafted Rattler, it told you all you needed to know about Haener. And no offense to Haener, but it is what it is. So, all roads led to Rattler. I don't think there was ever a chance of it being Haener.
It's going to be
the thing is, Spencer Rattler would have went into the game against the Chiefs if he would have beat out Haener in training camp.
That's not true. That's not true. Come on, Bobby. Damn, brother. Don't make me explain this to you too. Guys, the reason Haener was quarterback 2 is because his role was to do mop-up duty, do some kneel downs when he had to, come into a game in a blowout. He got thrown into a situation where it was a blowout the wrong way. He got put in not to go win the game. He got put in to end the game. That's what he got put in to do. When Jake Haener was put in that Kansas City game, that was the white flag. They were surrendering. The reason Haener is the 2, but Rattler is the second choice, is because obviously they want in this situation, the more experienced quarterback to be the 2, and they want Rattler to remain hungry. They want Rattler to remain where he's working towards something. They want Rattler to remain, because the second you make Rattler the 2, Haener loses all leverage. You might as well just cut him and bring in some random veteran. To give Haener some kind of leverage there to be the second vet in the room, or to push Rattler, is if Rattler thinks he has to overcome Haener. This was never the plan. This was never the plan to be like, well, Rattler could possibly start. No. The idea was obviously Carr was going to play the season, let Haener and Rattler battle and practice every single day, make Rattler, like, guys, you got to think about it off the field. They want Rattler to make sure he's showing up at the facility before Haener. There's so much more to pushing these quarterbacks. Haener's doing 6 a.m. workouts. They want to push Rattler to be there at 5:45. Haener stay until 6. They want to push Rattler to where he's staying watching film until 6:30. And the only way you can keep that carrot on a stick, the only way you can have that leverage, is if Rattler is the 3. It makes no difference in the actual game because, again, when the backup is coming in, is mostly in mop-up duty. It's mostly in kneel-down situations or blowouts, which they were like, yeah, sure, let Haener do it. Who cares? But when the back is against the wall and it's who gives us the better chance to win, it's Rattler. This is like, I mean, basic level roster building, basic level man management, basic level front office stuff.
Again, OTAs, mini camp, all what happened in training camp, the preseason games and all, they evaluate everything. They're not just putting Haener because, we like Haener better than Spencer Rattler. They could care less.
Yeah, there's no we like him or he's a good guy. That stuff gets thrown out the window.
They're just trying to win, and whoever's the best guy an opportunity. So I'm telling you right now, if Derek Carr can't play and Haener's in there, it's based on past performances and their evaluation. Now, I'm not saying you keep your job because you got to produce. What have you done lately?
Have a short hook.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, okay, it ain't working out. Spencer, go in there and do something. What do you do with your opportunity? No, that's how it's going to be. But it's not like, I can't believe they're not giving Spencer Rattler a chance. Slow your roll. Wait, I mean, he just came into the league. Look where he was drafted. May the quarterback.
Now, I think it does give Rattler. I think Rattler does have a little bit of leeway though. I think I saw a lot of people say if Rattler struggles in the first half, they'll pull him. I don't think they'll do that. He would have to be Ian Book levels bad for them to pull him because you got to now be really careful. This is another man management situation here where you got to be careful with Rattler, where if he's out there, you got to be really careful if you just yank him, because you could potentially yank him, destroy his confidence, and then you're, one, stuck with Haener moving forward, but two, you have really risked the long term. It's very difficult for a quarterback to come back from that. Now, that doesn't mean if he's thrown 6 interceptions in the first quarter, leave him out there, but I think Rattler is going to have a chance to succeed and fail in this game. I think if Rattler plays a good game, I think if Rattler is average to above average, he'll play Thursday. I think Rattler would have to be pretty damn bad for them to really consider a switch, to really consider that. And then, like I said with the blackjack thing, if we're sitting on 16, dealer's got the king, and we flip over a 5, and we've got 21 all of a sudden, there is a chance that Rattler is really, really good. Just like there was a chance C.J. Stroud was really, really good. Just like there was a chance that Nick Foles could beat Tom Brady. Just like there was a chance that Zach Wilson could come in for Aaron Rodgers on short notice and beat the Bills. All right? There's a chance Rattler's going to be really good here. And then the future is now. And that's a conversation for a different day. But if Rattler is really, really good in 2 or 3 games and we win 2 or 3 games and Rattler is lighting it up, do you go back to Carr? Probably not. And like I said, that'll be a video for a different day.
Back for the Patriots.
He finally got the baton put in his hand.
Aren't they just giving an opportunity? They didn't just throw him to the Wolves in week 1. They were going with Jacoby Brissett, the veteran.
And even if J.J. McCarthy hadn't gotten hurt, they were going to go with Sam Darnold.
The same thing with the Vikings. Look, the quarterback from Michigan with the Vikings. They were going to go with Sam Darnold. That's why everybody, I got an instant fix. I got to play now. No, when you are playing and they're counting on you, you got to take advantage of the opportunity. You got to be patient. That's a virtue there.
Bob, I don't. People's patience level today is real short.
They got to look long term instead of short term. The people are stupid. you got to look long term instead of short term.
I'm telling you, patience is not good today.
That's what I told Clayton Tune. Clayton Tune is.
I think when you check the situation and you look at this and you're saying, okay, well, we've got relatively similar players, a little bit more upside with Rattler. We believe that on a 4-quarter basis, one game, we believe Rattler's better. You also have the perfect storm of you have to win this game. It's a must-win. This is the must-win part of your schedule. So when you factor all that, I think it does make sense that you say, yeah, we have to win. We think he gives us the best chance to win, so we play him.
The backup quarterback for Kyler Murray now with Arizona Cardinals. I said, boy, don't you love the NFL lifestyle? You got to be relevant. Think about a great life you can live if you play 10, 11, 12 years in the NFL. You want to talk about getting off that great start in life. And then when you get a chance and you have to play, then play good. And then you keep your job longer. Look at Andy Dalton. Look at freaking Andy Dalton's a better option than Bryce with the Panthers. Think about that. 14 years, Look how relevant Andy Dalton is.
Think about Chase Daniel.
Yeah, Chase Daniel.
Look how long Chase Daniel lasted in this league.
He didn't even start double-digit years. I want to say.
What the hell are we talking about? Are we talking about how good of a life it is as a backup quarterback in the NFL? Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I mean, what the hell? Like, yeah, it's pretty awesome to be on the roster. So, yeah, I mean, if Jake Haener is a career backup, trust me, he's not going to be hurting.
Maybe 7, 8, 9 games he started, he made like $42 million. Hello, you think Chase Daniel hit the lottery? And he's a little bitty guy. Chase Daniel's like
he's Jake Haener.
Yeah, he's like Jake Haener.
Yeah, Chase is so much thicker than Jake Haener. Pause.
I know Chase Daniel, University of Missouri, outstanding college quarterback. Never was a starter. He probably played for 6 different teams. He does an excellent podcast and all that kind of stuff.
Good, yeah.
And you see him, he's very knowledgeable, kind of like a player coach, good in the meeting rooms. And all of a sudden, he parlayed that into about $42 million. Boy, you're going to feel bad for him because he never was the man? Hello?
That's a pretty
Come on.
If you had an investment and in 10 years you were able to make $42 million.
And he had no concussions. He didn't get beat up in his body. It's not like he worried about all your joints and your neck. And then, I had a 10, 11 concussions. Then you don't got to worry about that. He's not stealing money. He earned that money because he played his cards right.
Went off the rails a little bit at the end there. I'm not totally sure where the context of the journeyman backup quarterback thing came in there. But, ladies and gentlemen, you got to play the game. And there will be 4 quarters played come Sunday. There will be an NFL football game. These are professionals. So Spencer Rattler was chosen to do this because Clint Kubiak, I would think, made the final decision. Clint Kubiak believes that he gives them the best chance to win. And now it's up to Kubiak to scheme that up, and it's up to Kubiak to put Rattler in the best situation to win the game. So we're going to cover this, obviously, all week. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.